Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, Winchwood. Today we are starting on chapters 3 and 4 of case 53, Burying a Hatchet. Let's get into this. Inspector Will, help. Oh my end has come. Sandy's killer wants me dead. Anarchy, calm down. You're safe here. Now why don't you tell us what's wrong? Security just called me on my transportable telephone. They said they saw me talking to you at the gas station. They told me that if I don't stop helping Inspector Will, they'll kill me. I was so ruffled I used turpentine to clean my pipe instead of cedar oil. Don't worry, Anarchy. Will go check the gas station and track this killer down. That torn photo you found looks as if it was printed recently. Would you mind restoring it, Will? You picked up Canoe's payslip, but there's some smudged writing on the page. Do you think you can decipher it? Amazing work, Will. You uncovered the faded writing on Canoe's payslip. It says, Sandy's your enemy, she will send you away. It sounds like someone tried to get Canoe to kill Sandy. What if Canoe followed her advice and killed her? I didn't kill Sandy. You take that back right now. Put your hands up, Canoe. We're taking you in for the assault on Ramirez, and you're wanted for questioning about the murder of Sandy Grims. Great job, Will. That torn photo you restored is a picture of Shania with her 2 children. Look, there's something written on it. Sandy, if you harm my family, I'll kill you. It's a threat meant for a victim. We know Sandy put Shania's children into foster care, but Shania still seemed to like her. Right, Will, let's go see what Shania can tell us about this picture. Look, I'm sorry for what I did to that officer. I got a little freaked out with all you cops hanging around, but I'm not a murderer. Well, yeah, I was angry at Sandy for trying to send me away. I was planning on trashing her car before we had our appointment, but when I got there, she was already dead. But Canoe, Sandy never wanted to send you away. On the contrary, she was fighting to keep you on the settlement. What? But right after I unpacked our shipment or turpentine, Ron slipped me a message on my payslip. Now you're saying he lied? Oh my goodness, Ron lied to me so that I would hurt Sandy. How did I let myself be taken in by that rat? I don't know about you, Will, but I'm getting fed up with Ron's lies. Let's haul him down to the station for questioning. Shania, we found a picture of you and your children and it had a threat meant for Sandy on it. Sandy, if you harm my family, I'll kill you. I never wrote that. It must have been Delson. Wait a second. What does Delson have to do with this? Well, we used to be married. You and Delson were married? Yes, but we recently got divorced. And then he started dating the kid's social worker. Classy, eh? At least he's a good dad, and he still does finger painting with the kids and me, but that idiot used my turpentine to clean their hands last week. I don't miss his bad breath either. You think a family of badgers was living in his mouth? Shania can talk. She's got super bad breath too. Wait, do you mean she can't talk? Good point, Will. Let's ask Delson why he wrote a threatening message to Sandy on a photo of his kids. I already know this chapter is going to be a long one since every time I talk to a suspect it goes up 5%. Okay, so I lied to Canoe. I wanted him to believe that Sandy was his enemy. But why? Because I never wanted to hire him. Sandy made me employ Canoe so he could stay on the settlement. For years, that social worker has used my business for her young offender work scheme. I'm sick of having to hire these nightmare kids. So let me get this straight. You lied to Canoe because you knew he would try to scare Sandy off or do something worse? What can I say? It's a dog-eat-dog world, Inspector. Delson, it has come to our attention that you gave Sandy a photo with a threat on it. What do you have to say for yourself? She deserves to be threatened, Inspector. Nobody messes with my family. But Sandy was trying to help your family and told us you loved her. I did until she sent my kids to foster care. Last week, Sandy removed my kids from my chain-smoking ex-wife's custody. Instead of rehousing them with me, she sent them to a foster home. I was furious. In the heat of the moment I sent that threat to Sandy, I don't regret what I said, but I never laid a hand on her. Bro, I need to sleep. I have an interview tomorrow. What the hell am I doing? Anarchy? Oh well, she will ever leave us to do our job in peace. Send her in, Ramirez. Inspector Will, I have been in intense contact with the spirit world for the last hour, and I've been told you have unfinished business in the past. When you're ready to journey back to the Lokai village, come see me in my wigwam, Inspector Will. I'll have the peace pipe waiting. Well, I must be experiencing travel sickness, right? What a trip. I gave those animal hide pieces caught Inspector Will's attention. Do you still have them after all these years? I do, and if you manage to piece them back together, Inspector Will, an incredible story shall be revealed. I'm just trying to get this done so I can sleep early. Well, not sleep early, but like just do whatever I want so I can have that interview tomorrow for volunteering. I'll tell you guys right now, after I finish Greensboro, I'm taking a fat month break after this. Great job, Inspector Will. From the animal hide you have restored, you can see the drawings that recount the tragic tale of Kime. All the Alokai know this grim story by heart because it marks the day everything changed for our people. You see, this animal hide tells the story of Kime and his love for an Alokai woman named Anaya. They were betrothed from birth and were meant to spend their lives together. Until the day Anaya saved the life of the pilgrim Solomon Grims and gave her heart to him. Kime was heartbroken but had to respect Anaya's wishes, but that didn't stop him from making a vow to the great spirits. I decree that if a descendant of mine meets a descendant of Solomon Grims, they must avenge the loss of my love. And all this vengeance shall take the form of fatal hand removal. In a Lokai law, anyone who steals the beloved of another must relinquish their hands and their life. Back to reality. And somehow Kime's angry vow to the spirit changed everything. Life in the Lokai village was never as peaceful afterwards. Oh my goodness, you're right, Will. What if Dawson decided to avenge the loss of Kime's love by killing Solomon's descendant? I feel we're almost here, but the last missing elements are driving me crazy. How about we go back to the crime scene one last time, Will? Fantastic job, Will. You just found our victim's jacket. It has her name badge on it. You think we should take a closer look at it? Well, I know better than to question you. I f***ing hate this. Nice catch, Will. Yeah, whatever. I agree, it's definitely worth taking a closer look to see if we can find a link to the murder on it. That was so close. Excellent work, Will. You collected the skin cells from the victim's jacket. Quick, let's send him off to the lab. found tiny glass beads embedded in the rope you recovered from the hamper at the crime scene. Wonder where they came from. We'll send them over to Grace to see if she can tell us more. This is fantastic. The glass beads Will found have pretty much led to your killer. Now you found the glass beads on the same rope the killer used to tie up your victim. And you discovered faint traces of turpentine on the beads, which gives me no doubt that they belong to your killer. The killer was obviously wearing a necklace with beads on it. Small beads like these can come unattached very easily, you know. So we're looking for a killer who wears a beaded necklace. Nice one, Grace. I examined the skin cells you found in the victim's jacket under the microscope, and I can tell you two things. First of all, they don't match your victim's skin type, which means they were left behind by your killer. Secondly, the skin cells were imbued with permanent ink. In other words, you're looking for a killer who is tattooed. Okay, well, I think it's time to put this hatchet-wielding killer behind bars. Shania Piota, you are under arrest for the murder of Sandy Grimes. No, I should not submit to your law. What I did was right, and just I would have gotten away if Inspector Will hadn't gotten involved. I knew what I had to do, so when I saw Sandy arrive for her appointment with Canoe, I jumped her and tied her to the pole, then I hacked off her thieving hands with a hatchet I stole from the gas station. Stop, I've heard enough. You can tell the whole story to Judge Hall. Miss Shania Piota, in all my years as a judge, I've never seen someone so unrepentantly proud of their violent crime. What about her crime, where she used her outsider ways to enchant my husband? And then she sent away my kids. I was a happy Alokai wife until Sandy started working in our settlement. She made the laughing stock of the community. And it's not the first time something like this has happened to Alokai. Solo Grimace blackened the age-old harmony of our people that day he stole the warrior Kime's betrothed. But now, both the great Kime and I have been avenged. Miss Piota cannot right past wrongs with new crimes. For the pitiless murder of Sandy Grimes, I sentence you to life imprisonment without parole. The trial is over. Oh, well, I don't know how we would have gotten through such a liberating case if it weren't for your sharp intuition for Forensic Save. I wish to thank Anarchy for her willingness to guide us to the truth, and it just goes to show our communities can accomplish it to work together. Please, if she offers us that peace pipe again, I'm just saying no. I've had enough trips to last me the rest of my life. Late night at Greensboro Police Station. Well, I spent the last 3 hours rummaging through old press articles related to the Alokai tribe. About 10 years ago, there was an unsolved case of arson at the Alokai Trailer Park. Apparently, some valuable documents were lost in the fire. This case is quite mysterious because there's nothing about it in the police database. It's as if this fire never happened. I agree, well, there's no smoke without fire, and as we know now, the Alokai tribe, we should ask them about this mystery. Let's start with questioning Delson. He's the Alokai representative, he must know something about the fire. You're right, well, we should also question Ron. He's been here for a long time, he might remember something. Inspector Will, I didn't expect you to see you anytime soon. What do you want now? 10 years ago, there was an arson attack at a Alokai Indian settlement. Do you remember it? Of course I remember it. Everyone remembers. It destroyed our future. The settlement was targeted to prevent us from getting any more land. We have found old county documents proving that we were entitled to more land. Days later, they were destroyed in a fire. What did the police make of the arson? Did they find out who did it? There was never an investigation. We tried to file an official complaint, but nobody took us seriously. We salvaged everything that survived the fire and stored it away in a small chest if you want to have a look. Thanks, though. So we'll take a look at the crime scene. We'll look out for that small chest, too. Let's go, Will. Ron, if you don't mind, Inspector Will would like to know what you can tell us about the fire at the Alokai settlement 10 years ago. I can't remember much about the fire itself, you know, but I remember the day pretty well because my station got robbed the day before. They stole a few gallons of gas and a big container of naphtha. I reported a robbery, but I guess Grimm's PD had better things to do than help an old hick like me. And a few days later, I found something weird stuck in the wall of my store. It broke when I removed it, but I still have it somewhere. It's really shiny. Would you look around the shop for it? I don't know if it's related to your side of the settlement, but what we have got to lose. Well done, Will. This looks like a small chest Elson told us about. Let's have a look inside. Well done, Will. You found some shiny broken metal. Do you think this might be the thing Ron was talking about? Well, let's fix it and see if it has any connection to the robbery or the fire on the settlement. Alright, Will, that torch knife that Delson recovered from the arson attack looks oddly familiar like. Darn, it's a Greensboro PD utility knife, just like mine, so a cop's knife was used during the arson attack. Despite the scorched mask, I think the serial number can be deciphered. Would you mind taking a look at it, Will? Oh gosh, this is the Crimson Order, isn't it? Good job, Will. So the weird thing Ron kept at the station actually was a ninja star. This one's shaped like the Crimson Order symbol. What the heck? Why would they plant a ninja star in Ron's world after stealing from him? Does it make sense? Why would the Crimson Order steal gas canisters? We should go ask Ron for more information about the break-in. This is way more serious than I thought. Isn't it obvious? The Crimson Order was the one that did the arson. I knew decoding the serial number from that torch knife would be a piece of cake for you. You're right, Will. This knife is probably registered in the police database. We should ask Alice to find out who it belonged to. Ron, the object you found in the store a few days after the robbery is a ninja star. Did anything unusual happen in that days that preceded the robbery? Well, no, I don't remember anything special, but I think you're talking about taking this robbery a little too seriously. It was just a few gallons of gas, you know. Look, Ron, the person who broke into your shop clearly wasn't some run-of-the-mill burglar. Will is going to keep their eye out for more leads. Oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry I can't do much to help you, but to show my gratitude for your interest in the robbery, have some vouchers you can use in my station. So, Alex, did you find any information about the knife we bought you, the one used in the Lokai settlement fire? Well, you won't believe it, but the knife you found at the settlement belonged to Samuel King. What? No, it can't be true. There has to be a good explanation for this. Well, it could have been stolen and used by someone else, but it was never reported lost by King. That means King must have had something to do with the arson. I won't believe without any solid proof. You're right, Will. We should go tell Delson about the knife. He has a right to know after all. Delson, thank you for keeping this knife safe all these years. It was a great piece of evidence. We found out that it belonged to a police officer. Anyway, a cop must have started a fire. The police chief ignored us when he asked to file a complaint. Maybe he did it. I can't believe the police did this to my people. Please calm down, Delson. We can't prove anything for sure yet. Do you know why someone in the force may have wanted to start the fire? Well, I'm certain the fire was intended to destroy the documents that prove our entitlement to more land. But I don't see why a police officer would have started it. Because Chief King is a Crimson Order member. That's what I believe. Don't worry, Delson. Will get to the bottom of this. I just did. But let's grab some food first, Will. I need a little pick-me-up. Later at the station. Well, I have to say, I really don't like the look of this. On the other hand, we discovered that King's knife was used in the arson attack at the Lokai settlement. He never reported a loss, so I can't help thinking he might have been involved. And on the other hand, Ron's revealed that he had an flammable product stolen the day before the fire, robbery that was most likely committed by the Crimson Order. Exactly, Will. Those flammable products were almost certainly used to start the fire, which means that if King did it, he did it for the Crimson Order. That's what I just said. I just can't believe it. I can't believe he could have done such a thing. But you're right, we still don't have enough solid proof. No, I think we have enough. Let's talk to someone else at the settlement. I know she's old, she must remember lots of things. Inspector, well, I knew you would visit again. I'm guessing some ghost of the past led you here. Huh, you can say that, yes. We wanted to ask you a few questions about the fire burning down the locale and the ownership documents inside of it a few years ago. We are reinvestigating the case, we found some surprising things, but we're still missing some elements, so we wonder whether you remember what happened. I have something from that fight. I picked it up out of the locale's remain. I consulted the elders to hopefully get answers, but they remained silent about it. I kept it with me because I knew the day would come when someone needed it. Here, take it with you, Inspector Will. Maybe you will be more clairvoyant than me and see its secrets. Things on a key? Yeah, whatever. They're really trying to make me use all my stuff. Oh my gosh. It's always the last one. Why? Hold on, Will. You managed to take off some blood after the container scrap and he gave you. Oh my, we still had to analyze stuff?